Now I've got this on. I kind of forgot to equip it for a bit there. Not that it matters, I'm gonna have to take it off soon enough anyway. So anyway, let's hark back to Tranquillion. At least this way we won't have to fight our way back up this way. We can just hook around. And my master. I don't know the logic behind it, but I was going like, I'm not gonna get a mount. I'm just gonna keep doing this. But now let's go get the mount. And the reason I'm not teleporting back to Silvermoon is because it'll probably end up being quicker just to get a Griffin, Dragonhawk, because the Dragonhawk will deposit me here. And I just have to run over here. But if I was to teleport back, it would deposit me in here, and I have to run all the way out, down, and then over here. Then over to there. So I think, I don't know, I just prefer this way. Though in all honesty, I think it did take me a bit longer. Actually, speaking of length, I think I did this test correctly, like we started at the same time, but it's... Actually, yeah, no, that's actually was kind of obvious. Never mind. Never mind. I was thinking like, oh, this was a big thing, but then I realized, wait, that's bloody obvious. Of course I'd win. Basically, my aunt, she was playing on one character, I was playing on my Palnai or something, and we would check to see which way would be faster. I think she went like Stormwind or Ironforge to like Isotope Citadel Cathedral over here, and I went from up here, and I got there first. She was just only entering the zone, like she was down here when I got to there. Just suddenly appearing guards. Oh, that ain't disturbing at all. You're in your bed at night, you're really tired, and suddenly a guard appears in your room. Not that they open the door and just like suddenly rush in. No, they just suddenly appear and just start patrolling. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing in my house? Do you need directions, citizen? What a world. I feel kind of off, to be honest. May have to end this recording soon. And, you know, take a break. Just feel kind of... ugh. Learn to ride. Don't forget to buy your mount while you're here. You can buy one from so-and-so just outside.
To all who oppose us, we will persevere.
Oh, you bastard. You're too expensive. I thought I would have enough to get him. But you get it for free if you're a Warlock or a Powie. Because they learn, like, you learn spells automatically when you reach a certain level. And if you're a Warlock or a Powie, you will get a mount by default at level 20 and 40. If memory serves. I think it's 40 you get your second mount at. So you automatically get the riding that you need, so you can actually use your new spell for free. Also, these tents are worthless. I'm sorry. There's a fucking hole ripped in the ceiling. You may as well not have them. But anyway, that totally wasn't a waste of money. Wait. Fuck. If I'd just gone to my mailbox, it would have been fine. Just like I sold those greens. And it's been an hour since at least 2 of them sold, so I got an extra gold. If 3 of them sold, I would have had more than enough to buy the thing. It's not buy the riding training. It's not a big deal. I'll grab it later. Sergeant's Warhammer of Strength. Meh. Looks nicer on the icon there. More detailed, more design to it. There, it just looks kind of shite. At least in my perspective. Yeah, excuse me. Someone running along with a gold trail behind them. That's something you see every day. Have you recovered the crystals yet? The rumors were true. The Stone of Light and the Stone of Flame do exist. We shall use their power to create weapons against Dark Khan. Use them when the time is right, and the energy of the sun, while trapped within these items, will vanquish him with the very power he sought to steal from us. And you choose your reward. Either a one-handed sword that gives +3 stamina, or a orb that gives +3 intellect. They both have the same side effect. It's with a 10-minute cooldown. You can deal 490 arcane damage that also silences the target. Also, the 490 damage is for over 5 seconds. The silencing the targeting is presumably for those 5 seconds. The traitor's destruction. Everything we've done in the Ghostlands has been done with the goal of taking back what is rightfully ours. The Scourge have maintained their chokehold on the region for far too long. The time has come for payback, Thalas. Thanks to your help and the help of our new allies, the Forsaken, vengeance will soon be ours. He who sought to steal the power of the Sunwell must die. Go to Deadholm, the Scourge stronghold south of the Dead Scar. Bring me Darkhan's head, and her deeds will go down in history. Suggested players 5. Well, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to try and solve this. But that is not a half bad staff. 10 int? It's better than this green staff I have. It's not half bad. Though the +4 spirit is kind of worthless. I'm not sure if anyone benefits from spirit anymore. Anyone. Let me just check here. No questions. Okay, sorry, I just had to remember the guy up here, just over here. I've gone through leveling a few Blood Elves before and not gotten his quest. You don't have to get his quest, completely missable, completely optional. So, just checking if I had gotten everything here. At least everything the people who made the mod knew of. So anyway, I have to head up here. Wait, where do I have to go? Oh, I do have to go up there. Okay, let's take a detour and pop up there. And everything's still yellow. Good. Just means it gives, you know, full XP. It gives things will give bonus XP if it's an orange quest or whatever. It will give whatever it's, you know, like it's normal XP if it's yellow. It'll give reduced if it's green, and I think reduced even further if it's grey. Much, actually, well, I was gonna say much like a normal enemy, but if a normal enemy is grey, I don't think they give any XP. I don't think. I'm not entirely sure. They might just give it an extremely reduced amount, if they give any at all. Also, you'd think if they're going to be pissing off the Blood Elves, that they'll at least send people that were halfway competent. Okay, maybe I'm being a little harsh with halfway competent, but, you know, give people, you know, send, like, oh, let's send our level 60s decked out in great armor. They'll just slaughter everything here. They'll take Silvermoon itself. I jest, but, you know. That's a relief, mage. I can assure you that if you hadn't deactivated those scrying orbs, we'll be in a more tenuous position than the one we're already in. To think surrounded by enemies, and one of them able to spy upon our every move. But now we don't have to worry about that thanks to you. Here, take this. I want you to be rewarded for your efforts. I just happen to have a few things here that I no longer have any use for. Thank you again, Thalas. A divining crystal? It's an offhanded item that gives 1 int and 1 critical strike, or a cloak that gives 3 armor and 2 stamina. I'll take this. It's someone's skill shirt, or a skill shirt named after this area. I'll sell it. Remember the Alamo. Speaking of that, I need to go record System Shock 1 and 2. If you're curious why I connect the two, the Alamo and that, I just remember joking before my original playthrough of System Shock 2 that in the original playthrough of System Shock 2 that whenever I would see the sign, remember the Citadel, I would just joke, remember the Alamo, and I know some part of me found that hilarious. Well, not hilarious, it's just like, remember this other thing, yeah! To be honest, I actually know, to be honest, I actually know piss all about the Alamo. I know some event in American history, but you know, there's a lot of events in American history. I don't know the actual details of them. Most of my history education in school, like over here in Ireland, was focused more on European history and Irish history. Irish history was kind of boring. European history was at least centered on the World Wars. Actually, here's a funny thing for you. There was a rising. England controlled Ireland for quite a while. Plate bottles. Bottle popped. Yeah. But anyway, England controlled Ireland for quite a while. You know how like it had the 13 colonies over in America, or the whatever over in America on the East Coast. They also controlled Ireland. Back in 1916, they had a rising. They were actually celebrating this earlier this year. There was a rising where they tried to throw off the shackles of the English. They is the like original version of the IRA. Later on versions were apparently, well, they were shitter. I don't know too many details of any of the groups, but the later on versions didn't really care about civilian casualties. They just bombed the shit out of everyone. The earlier version were better about that, at least. I don't know much about them, but I know that the country still celebrated some of their actions. So here's hoping they weren't, you know, all as bad as later iterations. But regardless, that's something that's a shitstorm I don't want to open. Just pure because I know little to nothing about that group. I just know about stuff they did, some of the stuff they did, but I don't know. I still feel I don't know enough about them to really comment at all about them beyond saying they existed. But anyway, in the Rising, it was up in Dublin. They took over different places that had strategic value. But it was always seemed kind of weird, because one of the places they took over, like there's a GPO, the General Post Office, was one of them. That wasn't funny, the weird one. They took over a biscuit factory. Personally, I like to think it was less for a strategic value, more a guy really liked his bickies. So he was going to nick some while there was, you know, gunfights going on. It'd be like eating a, a Jammy Dodger in one hand, shooting with the other. Yeah. Anyway. Good. You handled that very well. Let's see if you're up to something a little more difficult now. Assault on Zeb Noah. Time for something a little more challenging. Zeb Noah, to the south, is where the more powerful Shadowpine trolls make their home. In their continuing effort to keep the troll numbers to a minimum, I'm dispatching you to go down there and assail them by whatever means you have at disposal. What do you say, Thalas? Ready to deal with some more trolls? Ugh. Do you have those weapons yet? With the troll Shadowpine numbers decimated, we'll finally be able to turn our attention to the fight against the Scourge. I'll immediately send a few rangers out to survey the damage wreaked upon the Shadowpoint trolls. I've no doubt we'll be able to mop up after your offensive and launch an assault on the Scourge as soon as these weapons if these weapons are any indication of your success. Here, I want you to take this coin in payment. It's been burning a hole in my pouch anyway.
We will have justice.
Captain Helios. Huh. Wonder if there's anyone like Helios is personification of the sun in Greek mythology, like sun god kind of thing. It's either personification of the sun or sun god. I think it's personification of the sun. Like there's within the Greek mythology, there's various different things that have personifications. Like impending doom is Moros, I think. I'm not sure. Nemesis is vengeance. It's a personification of vengeance. So Helios could be the personification of the sun. I wonder if there's any other blood elves that have such names. Well, it's the same, like similar kind of naming as Helios, if I'm reading that right. So, excellent. I know that a blood elf delivery system will make for the most efficient application of the poison. With any luck, the Shadowpoint trolls will get fat on it before keeling over. That should get them off the back of the Forest Riders, and me back to Tranquillion. It has been a pleasure working with you, Mage. So I'm nearly at Exalted with Tranquillion now. Ow. But yeah, I'll try and speed up the pace at which I'm going through these. Probably should have tried to get them out earlier, but then again, I didn't have the money then either, so I'm just gonna keep running. It wouldn't have mattered if I had tried. I wouldn't have been able to afford it. Oh, you actually defended me when I got hit. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to sneeze. I just didn't get a chance to. I was trying to stop it. Didn't get a chance to mute the mic. I'm so sorry. I hope I actually didn't sneeze on it. Here, I'm gonna pause this for a sec. Hey folks, and I'm back. Hopefully the mic sounds fine. I just I was like rubbing my hand against like the whole thing of it. Like there's a like an arm, then the mic's at the very end of it. I was like rubbing my hand off every part of it, making sure I didn't get anything on it. So hopefully I didn't somehow damage the mic in my process. Recording locally, recording locally, recording locally, recording locally, recording locally, recording locally, recording locally. Those three are open. Oh, need exploit, battle.net and WoW are open. Yeah, all is well. Okay. I'll leave that as it is. I don't need to gather that. Well, grab that, whatever it was. Tough bat hair. Oh, excuse me. It is mildly annoying when enemies keep dying without giving loot, even though they're meant to give loot of some variety, even if it is just a, you know, a claw or something. You know, enemies are meant, you know, it ends up coming off as more of a glitch than anything else. Considering it only ever happens here, as far as I remember at least. I don't remember it happening for the Troll or the Tauren. Only here. So I end up thinking it's more associated with this area than anything else. Alright. Kinda cool. Anyway. We're gonna have to slaughter our way through here. Kill 10 cat lords and 10 hexers. God damn. Just give me this quest to begin with. Or made it part of the other quest. Because these are, the enemies are the same level. Okay, they may be a level higher. But I think the other enemies were level, you know, 18 at the most. This is level 19. It's not that big of a deal.